This is the fabulous story behind a fabulous film about a fabulous woman, Cleopatra. From rehearsal to retake to lunch break, a movie on the making of a movie. 4 major battles with uniforms and weapons all made to order. 26,000 costumes created for the film, and 79 separate sets. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and Rex Harrison all will remain in the background in this tribute to the 4th star of Cleopatra, the production itself. The 20th Century Fox crew, from artists to technicians and workmen, numbered more than 1,000. Let's follow some of this backstage story from artist's conception to reconstruction of an ancient era 2,000 years ago. Everything except the ocean was built to order. For the scenes of Egypt in and around the Alexandria Palace of Cleopatra, the company started from scratch on 20 acres near Anzio Beach. They had to overcome some problems the ancient workers did not have in building the original cities. They uncovered some of the ruins of these olden times and had to build around them. Altogether, they used more cement than was used in building Italy's new Olympic Stadium. The maritime sets are a milestone in film set construction. Elizabeth Taylor had at her disposal a ship fit for a queen. Cleopatra's barge was designed to fit closely to this description by Plutarch. She came sailing up the river Cydnus in a barge with a gilded stern and outspread sails of purple, while oars of silver beat time to the music of flutes and fifes and harps. She herself lay under a canopy of cloth of gold, dressed as Venus. There were 1,500 other maritime items. Some were only parts of boats, and others complete reproductions. It took acres of extras and mountains of supplies to portray the ancient armies. Item: 8,000 pairs of shoes. Outfitting the army was like outfitting an army. And there's always the recruit who complains that the boots come in only 2 sizes, too large and too small. Helmets were not the only headdress. There were also hundreds of wigs. Makeup, too, was by assembly line technique. While the stars were rehearsing their parts, behind the scenes, the movie lot was like a circus. Dancing girls, elephants, chariot drivers, and horses practiced their paces in a grand choreography. This is choreography. You'll see some dancing later. This was a typical action call during the 10 months of production. It could take hours to get everyone in place for a scene lasting minutes. Step lively, bowmen. It takes a while when there are 15,000 bows and 150,000 arrows to distribute. Here's a practice firing of flaming arrows with ribbons instead of fire. From drawing board to movie set battlefield, here is another ancient tactic. Caesar's famous turtle formation, sort of a cross between a tank and a football flying wedge. For every sequence, the byword is rehearse and rehearse. We told you earlier you'd see some dancing. These scenes from Cleopatra are renewing interest in ancient history all around the world. Was only a rehearsal. Now the stage is set for a run-through of what in most movies would be the grand climactic scene. In Cleopatra, it's one of the high points in the first half of the film. Her dramatic entry into Rome to resume her role as Caesar's wife. She was coming to conquer by spectacle. She was out to make an impression, so she came by Sphinx. As grandiose as this sequence is, it is not the end of the movie Cleopatra. It only sets the stage for more spectacles and greater events in this fabulous film. For the production itself is the fourth star.